Hey you guys, it's Amy Gretchen. Welcome back. In this video, I am working on a Project Life spread from 2019. So this is actually September of last year. And I've decided this is gonna be a lot of fun for me to be able to go back because I'm still working on last year, at least probably the summer, I guess the last half of the year I'm still trying to complete. So this is gonna be fun to relive some of these memories. I think it's gonna be a little bit bittersweet as well as I look at all of the people that, you know, I've now left behind. But anyway, so to get started with this spread, I've got some cards. This is a kit actually in front of me. This is Ali Edwards' September Stories by the Month kit. It comes out August 15th is when it's released, but it's themed for the month after, which is nice because of like shipping and stuff like that. So you're getting it right on time. And this is the kit that I'm gonna be using. You guys know that I really enjoy working on kits because everything just kind of goes together and it's a no-brainer and you don't have to think too much about it. So I'm gonna be working on that. And yeah, let's just get started and we'll see where I go. So as I'm going through the cards and the elements and trying to figure out what I want to add to the photos in this layout or in this spread, I'm remembering the layout that I did last year using these digital files. So what Ali Edwards does is one year she puts out the digital files and then the next year she makes those digital files into physical products. So these are the physical products from the September digital kit of last year, which is, I think, a lot of fun. And one of the things that I try to do, especially being on the design team, is I try and create a more of a scrapbooking page using the hybrid, or excuse me, using the digital kit. So it ends up being like something hybrid. And then when I've got the physical kit, I like to use those for my Project Life. So I don't know if you've noticed that in the last couple of years, but that's kind of how I'm choosing to use the kit, especially because digital, it's so fun to be able to play and manipulate the kit in a way that you don't really need to do when you're working on Project Life because you're just wanting cards and whatnot. But anyways, I was remembering that I had used all three of those cards that says going, loving, and eating. And I can't remember if I used the icons or if it was just the words. I can't now remember. But I thought actually that it would be a lot of fun to, instead of using the entire card because I'd kind of used it already, that I would just use the icons. So if you noticed, and I do apologize that the lighting was off, like I cannot find my lights since my move. So I was just using the light coming in the window and it was later in the day. So I've got to figure out how to film in this space. I've got to find my supplies also. But the cards are, I don't know if you can tell, but the cards are off-white. They're more of a cream. And I decided still, even though it was a cream color, to pair it with a white card so that I could do some journaling. So underneath each of the icons, in case you can't really tell, it says right now. And so I thought that I would let those icons kind of direct the story that I was going to tell on those cards. And I do end up actually adding some staples onto that as well, just to help it feel a little bit more grounded and secure onto that card. You can also see that I took one of the 4x6 cards and I cut from it this season, that heart, and I stuck it on one of the photos. Originally, I had it on the cheer picture of the kids, but I kind of felt bad covering up some of their faces. So I took it down to the landscape photo. So going back to these cards, the journaling that I did on this one was about reading and the book that I had finished that week, which was Recursion. I really love all of his books. And then the next one is more about food related and how my kids and their friends and everyone's coming over and everyone's always making food and basically what is the food of choice, right? They're making pizza in that photo. So it's like pizza or mac and cheese or ramen or something, you know, these are the things that they're choosing to eat. occasionally it's a little bit more healthy. And then the last one was about going for walks and taking pictures and more like photography related. But I think it's more like in relation to going for walks and how much I love taking walks this time of year because the weather has calmed down and stuff like that. So at this point, since I've got my journaling done, I decide to do the stapling. So I didn't want to do it before because I was writing on those cards and I just didn't want the staples to get in the way. I wanted the cards to be flat. So I just go ahead and do a couple staples. Like I said, I feel like it really helps to anchor those pieces down. And then I grabbed over my chipboard and I'm, looking for places that I can add chipboard. So one of the things that I've been thinking about, while I was laying in bed and I was thinking about scrapbooking, one of the other things I was thinking about was how much stuff do I want to put on my photos? And I've talked about this before in my Project Life videos, but this idea of how much product to add and how much to allow your photos to just be and let your photos stand out. So I'm always feeling like it's not like it's sort of a battle. It's like a give and take every time I'm working on something. If you've seen my videos and my Instagram, you'll know that I tend to lean towards the simpler side of things where I have less product on my pages. And that is really intentional. Like I love it when other people are just loading either their scrapbooking layouts or their project life or whatever it is. Every time I see it, I think it looks really great. But I, for whatever reason, err on the side of just less stuff. I don't know if it's because I don't make decisions as well. And so then I'm eliminating the decision by not having just to add it. But I more think it's actually a decision for me to let the photos kind of stand out and speak for themselves. And also, I think in the end, when I'm looking through my album and when I've looked at like 2013 and 2014, what I love so much is that I'm seeing the memories and then I'm reading the memories. And I like that the products can help move that along and help make it look pleasing and enjoyable. But I really like having the photos and the cards to be able to really stand out. So all the colors and, all the product that you're adding, I think is supposed to help the story and not detract from the story. And so for me, I always just kind of simplify it. So this is something that I'm thinking about also in terms of just wanting to get these Project Life spreads done. So I am quite behind. I hate even saying behind, but I'm definitely behind in my Project Life. I was looking and I think I've got like most of March, April, May, June, July of this year. And then last year I've got like still a lot of the summer and the fall still left to do. So the second half, I still have a ton to do. So I also am just in the business of wanting to get these stories told so that I can look back at a full album instead of not having anything done. So that is my goal for the remainder of this year, is to get as much as I can completed in those projects. And I'm pretty excited about it because I do love Project Life. And like I mentioned in a couple of videos ago that I did, I am most likely going to be switching it up next year. So anyway, that is just my 2 cents about using product. I love product and I enjoy it, but I do like to minimize it. Anyway, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on that as well and how you're thinking about it. But I will say this, however you're choosing to use the products is going to be 100% right for you. So just do what feels good for you. Anyway, you guys, that is it for this Project Life spread. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like what you saw, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing so that you will know when I've got a new video coming up. Again, thank you guys so much, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye.